Welcome. This is another edition of Point Guard Perspective brought to you by Come On Now the podcast. And we're going to dive into it right away. The Indiana Fever lose the game 92-91 to the Washington Mystics in a sold out arena of 20,000 plus fans. And I guess who they came to see? Of course, the one and the only Caitlin Clark. They didn't get to see much of her tonight because the Indiana Fever already clinched the sixth seed, and there was no need or reason to play her 35 to 45 minutes, 40 minutes today. So we got 20 minutes of her, so the fans didn't get to see who they really wanted to see, but they did get to see an exciting finish to the game. But, it's an instant reaction. The first thing there was a lot of things that came to my mind about this game, but I also had to relax a little bit and not get my feelings so deep into a meaningless game for the Fever in this point of the season, the last game of the season. But did, what I did notice, something that did grab my attention, somebody who caught my eye in this meaningless game, Victoria, I'm not sure how we say the name. Never seen her play till today. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd never seen her play, but I was intrigued. That was the biggest thing I drew from this game was that young lady played 5 minutes today. And it was the most impactful 5 minutes I've seen in a long, long time. And it kind of turned me on a little bit in a basketball sense because on this team, I haven't seen a power forward who can post up like that and make a left-hand layup so easily. Like I know that's something crazy to say, but a layup, it looked beautiful how she posted up, and the post entry feed came to her. She caught the ball, she finished it, and then I seen her. I'm still kind of turning me on. I'm kind of ooh. Then they kicked it out to her, and she hits a big three. You can shoot the ball too. Christie Sides, holler at me and Rudy, because you've been hiding this girl all year. Maybe it was only those 5 minutes she didn't have enough time to mess up, but those 5 minutes I was intrigued. She was on defense. She was sliding her feet. She was moving well on defense. She was coming over on help side and going up vertically and challenging shots and rebounding and being active. I'm flabbergasted. This young lady, the last game of the season against Washington, who's playing for their playoff lives at the moment, because at that moment they don't know it's over, so they're playing, and she's in and she changes the game. She brings a positive impact, and I'm like, wow, we have a power forward on the roster who can impact the game positively like this, and she's not playing. What is going on? Am I missing something? This young lady was phenomenal tonight in 5 minutes. Impactful. It was great to see from the power forward position because we haven't been seeing it. Definitely not of late. Definitely not from our starter who had 16 points tonight, but it just felt, didn't like it. And she's out of position again. Young lady hit a spin move on her, and she ended up sitting with the fans. How good the spin move was on her. Like she was not even in the play anymore. She was over there sitting next to Christie Sides after the young lady did the spin move on her. And I'm just like, and she's out of position on defense multiple times. And I'm just like, no way that we have a young lady on the team who looked like can play and active and rebounding and boxing out. And I said, maybe we haven't seen practice. Maybe she's in practice and she's acting a plum fool in practice, throwing the ball over the rim and doing all the things that our normal starters usually do that piss us off. But for these 5 minutes, they were amazing, man. That was the biggest thing I drew from this game, because the rest was whatever. I mean, come out to start the game and straight out blitz them, just jump on them, and I say, ooh, maybe we are trying to go into the playoffs with a little spark, even though it means nothing to us, but maybe we want to keep the engine going. Maybe we want to keep the car, the car on as we walk into the store and come back, lock the door though, obviously. Come back and your car still running the AC, keeping the car kind of cool. Maybe that's what we were trying to do. And then Washington just gets it rolling. Christie takes out a couple players. Well, Kelsey gets hurt. And I think that changes Christie's whole mindset of saying, well, F that. This game is meaningless. I lost my top player or possibly lost my top player. I don't know how long she's going to be out for at this moment. I'm talking about when the injury just happened. So she say, hey, let's pull this back. Let's reel it in, reel it in, reel it in. Let's let the backups get a lot of minutes today. Let's let's protect CC at all costs, even though she put it back in. But she only played 20 minutes. That's okay. Let her still, we don't play again until Sunday. So let her get her legs keep rolling and running around just a little bit, but cautiously, as much as she can be cautious. Don't go flying up and down the court, the normal fast breaks like we normally do. Just a little bit under control, but just get a little bit of cardio and play with your team just a little bit. But she played mostly the bench tonight. And after the 20-2 blitz, big three, bomb threes from CC. Backdoor cut from Kelsey. I'm saying, ooh, we going into the playoffs, and we want to smoke with anybody. Any team, 1 through 4. You can line it up Minnesota. You can line it up Las Vegas. You can line it up Connecticut. You can line it up New York. And I'm thinking anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. But it reeled me back in a little bit, just a little bit. But I still think I'll dive into that. Connecticut, they can get it. But for the most part, the team played up and down. That defense is, that defense is going to make me lose my hair. I'm about to be bald like Rudy soon, real freaking soon. They cannot guard a parked car. Like, it don't matter who they're trying to stay in front, they cannot. And I mean everybody from Christy Wallace to Katie Lou to even Timmy couldn't guard anybody tonight. It was disgraceful how they just can't move their feet for the most part to stay in front of anybody. It was a layup line, and then it was miscommunication on defense of getting out there to the three-point shooters, and Washington get them to get back in the game by three-point shooting, and then they just blowing past everybody. Aaliyah Boston got blown by also. Whoever was out there couldn't guard anybody. And it was just like, Jesus Christ, like, what are we doing defensively? Do we do any sliding drills in practice? That's a rhetorical question. I know Christie Sides don't have this team playing any type of defense in practice, but I give kudos to the young ladies. They did battle back against Washington starters and their top players, and they got the game down to, a chance to win the game, actually. And Katie Lou, after she hit 2 threes, I'll dive into that a little later. She drives the ball left. She takes a mid-range jump shot. She misses. They get the rebound with 5 seconds left. I want Christie Sides to call a timeout. I want her to work on end-of-game situations when we're getting into the playoffs, the biggest moments. She hasn't been there. Nobody on his team has been there. I want her to call timeout in this moment. I know a game doesn't mean anything, but these moments mean something where she can actually get some coaching out of this situation. She's not going to be running the players with CC or Kelsey or Boston, but still for her confidence of being in a big game, in a big moment, let's see her draw up a play and not a bailout play like she did for Boston the other day. You get paid the big bucks to draw up plays for your best players to get the shots. The easy cop-out play was for Aaliyah Boston to get the 3 route right there. But for your best players to get the shot, this is what you are paid for and what you are paid to do. So in this situation, I want to see her with 5 seconds, call a timeout in that situation. Don't let Wallace just force up a shot in that moment when there's nothing going. You saw her got the rebound. There was nothing there. Call a timeout. Let's draw up a play. And let's see if we can actually, in the moment when we need you, draw up a play to get one of your best players a good-looking shot in that moment. Give us some confidence in you because we don't have that right now in you as a head coach. The team finished this year 20-20. Big shout out to this team for being a +7 in the win column from last year. But the head coach, we need to see more out of you. And it's the end of the year now. You're fighting for your life as a head coach, because I believe if this team go in the playoffs and don't get it done, they have to get somebody more competent who's willing to fight for these players in big moments to coach them next season. They cannot let CC career get wasted by a coach that's not defending her or fighting for her, or in big situations knowing how to get her the ball and get her an open shot to draw plays for her. So her coaching job for next year is on the line. Simple as that. And these are the moments that we need to see you step up and lead this team and be the leader of this team as the coach, the coaching leader. We know CC and Kelsey and Boston are the other leaders, but we need you to be the coaching leader of this team, somebody that they could respect and they know that can do things for them when they always can't think of it themselves. That's what I got for that game in that moment. Kelsey Mitchell is hurt going into the playoffs. And I think that was a big reason why Christie decided to roll with the bench for the most of the game, rest of it. I don't know if that was already her game plan, but that definitely you take the starters out. You start thinking about the big picture in the playoffs. And we don't get a report from that game to damn near the end of the game about Kelsey Mitchell. Everybody's like, what's going on? Are y'all going to tell us anything? Come on, Washington Mystic announcers. Come on, give us something. Somebody go do your job. Find a report. Let us know something, anything. They finally let us know. They said that she was able to go back in the game, but they held her out. So it looked like she'll be fine and ready for the playoffs. But you never know with these type of injuries. I don't know if it's ankle or knee. When you go home and it starts swelling up, and then she has to fly home actually from Washington. Does it swell up? How does she bounce back? Does she, do we get the swelling back down? Is she feeling ready to go for Sunday game 1 at 3:00? We don't know, but she is the leading scorer on this team. We're going to need her fire. We're going to need her hot hand. We're going to need her to be amazing like she was the second half of the season for this team to have a chance. Can't just be CC and Boston to lead this team to a big upset, what would be considered a big upset over Connecticut in this first round. We're going to need Kelsey. We're going to need her at full strength, damn near at least 95% to have a chance against this team. But if she is, I like the chances. I am going out on a limb. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to tell y'all how I feel. Indiana wins this series. If Kelsey is 95, 90% healthy, they win. I think that last win against them gave them the confidence to say, hey, we can beat this team. And I think they feel that way about most of the teams. I don't know about Minnesota, even though I just don't like that matchup in Las Vegas, how it had happened. I wanted Connecticut first round, and I think CC wanted Connecticut first round. And he got them. Connecticut went out there, and they won their game today. They beat the crap out of Chicago. Chicago had nobody. They just faltered down. They stumbled at the end of the year. Basically, it was I don't even know who they had out there for the rest of the season. Once Reese went down, Camilla went down, Kennedy, it just was the season ended terribly for that team. But whatever, we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about the teams who are in the playoffs. Not everybody could be there, only 8 teams, and Chicago's not one of them. So they are going up against the Connecticut Sun on Sunday, and this series of the season was 2-1 for Connecticut. Connecticut wins. They win in Indiana, and they dog walked us in Connecticut, like dog walked it. They were up 24 in that game. Christie pulled CC early in the game. CC only 22 minutes, 10 points, 2 assists, 0 rebounds. If she has 0 rebounds, she's really not in that game because you could lock her in for 5, 6, 7 rebounds a game. So they get blowed out in Connecticut. So these first 2 games of the WNBA, best of 3 series, they don't take advantage of having a cash cow or somebody who's bringing all the audience to WNBA this year. You change it this year. You make that change. Soon as CC get in the league and the fandom that's coming with her being in this league, you make that change right now. You change it to at least a 5-game series for the first round. You have to make that change. Best of three, literally anything can happen, which can bode well for Indiana because they win one game. Well, they have to win one game. They literally have to win one game in Connecticut because the first 2 games are there. And then they will get game 3 in Indiana. I don't know how that makes any sense. The home court advantage team doesn't get to play the deciding game at home. WNBA, fix that. Fix it now. Like, why every day I have to come on this computer or Rudy has to come on this computer and we have to be talking about the WNBA not getting things right as a whole, like continuously mistake after mistake. So I know, okay, they're going to say this is the history. This has been happening. This is their league. Best of 3. So you're telling me the other team don't even get a chance to play at home. And I get it. They deserve it. The team who has the best record, they deserve to have a home court advantage. But dang, you don't even get a chance to play at home if you lose the first 2. You don't even get a chance to go home. You go back home. You go back home to pack up your locker room. You don't even get to play there again. So at this point right now, this Indiana could have possibly played their last home game. Even though I don't think that will happen. I think they will make it back there. But then they get game 3 at home in front of the crowd. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be crazy. They pull it off, man. That's the team they wanted. I think they get it done. They know they can beat this team. They know they match up well. Now, this is 2 different styles. It's a team that want to go half court and one team that want to run. Now, which style is going to win? I think CC is ready to roll. I think she's going to be on fire. I think she's going to come out there with that look in her eye. You know, when she went to the Final Four type look, when she's just like, I don't give who's guarding me. You about to get it. And I think she figured out Dejanay Carrington. She figured it out. I think early in the year she wasn't ready for the physicality that Dejanay and was bringing to that rivalry. Between Dejanay made it a rivalry because obviously she plays harder against her than anybody else, and she even scored better. She scored 22 points against them on June 10th. She scored another 19 points on August 28th when they in the loss. So she gets up for that game. She gets up for CC. She's going to be guarding her 115 feet. She's going to be guarding her from the locker room. As soon as the CC come out that locker room, Dejanay Carrington is going to be guarding her. Now, my only worry for this series, is Nalissa Smith. I'm worried that as soon as she get off that flight and she lands in Connecticut, she's going to say deuces to her team, and she's going to go to her girlfriend's house and lay up with her. And I don't know what the pillow talk is going to be because Dejanay Carrington comes into these games ready to roll. Like, she don't play that girlfriend crap against her. She's ready to knock Nalissa Smith's head off, and Nalissa Smith is just smiling, helping her up. Hey, baby, I love you. And Dejanay's like, I love you, but I'm gonna bust that ass. What the heck you got? What you got going on? And I'm kind of worried. How much pillow talking is she talking out there? Talking to her. This is the things that you have to worry about in the W. This is nuts. This is a reality TV show. They got girlfriends playing against each other. You got wives, marriage couples playing together. You got people hating CC. You got Cheryl's. The WNBA is reality TV. You can't make this up. You cannot. But I'm worried about Nalissa. I don't know. I can't trust her. She's already posting, tweeting, and deleting, and she don't seem like she's all in with the team right now. So I don't know. As soon as she lands in Connecticut, and she get picked up by her girlfriend from the hotel, maybe the airport, she might not even after they get off the Caitlin Clark chartered flight. I don't even know where she's gonna go. She might not be with the team. She might be game planning with her girlfriend, giving up all the tips, all the play. Baby, every time Cece played out that out of bounds play, She's gonna be coming. She's gonna curl it right here. You could be right there. You can make that play because you know you're the defensive player of the year, right? And that's why I'm defending you. And girl, please, man, we are trying to win a series. I'm not gonna go as far as Rudy and say she should be off the team and, and sent to the Sahara Desert, but I would keep my eye on her, really. But and at this moment, I'll play Victoria Saxton right now because I seen enough. All I needed was those five. Enough. Player. Give her some minutes. So that's what I'm worried about. Now, Alyssa Smith and her relationship with her girlfriend. What side are you on? Please let us know now. I think you've kind of been showing what side you've been on, and we don't like that because this is playoffs time. This is all or nothing, and we have to make it back to Indiana. We make it back there, we win this series. I don't care. I don't think Connecticut has been 6-5 in the last 11 games. They haven't beat a good team, since September 1st. They beat Seattle. Before that, they haven't beat a good team since August 24th. I want to say New York. But they've been in a rut. They haven't been playing well. They are ripe for the picking. Just ready to snatch them off the damn high horse and send their ass home. And I think that'll be a good enough season for CC. I know in her mind, she thinks she can win it all. And I'm not gonna go that far yet. I'm more worried about Vegas and Minnesota. Minnesota really more than New York. I think they could beat New York, actually, them two. So they really needed that fifth seed, but you don't want to play. You didn't want to play Las Vegas. So you get the first round matchup against Connecticut. You beat them, then you got to play. You got to play them. Then you got to play Minnesota. Ain't no running from that. Ain't no dodging that. We'll see when we get there, but we got to handle Connecticut first. Christie Sides, you're on the clock. You're on the freaking clock to get it done. You have to come up with something. You have to get it done. You have to put these young ladies in a situation to win the game. You have to fight for them. You have to go to war for them. You have to go get a damn tech for them sometimes. And last but not least, use a timeout when things, it's a playoff. Now, once a team get on a 6-0 run, 7-0 run, and you might want to call a time. Slow it down, bring them back in the huddle, figure something else out, draw up a good play. Draw up a good play and get the team a layup, get a bucket. Stop the runs. You stop runs, you go on runs. That's basketball. You stop runs, you go on runs. It's pretty simple. Control runs, go on runs yourself. Play some defense. Slide y'all feet as much as y'all can. I know that's tough for y'all, but I'm looking forward to this series. It's going to be hype. We got what we wanted because that Dejanay Carrington and CC rivalry, it's fun. I don't care what y'all think. It's fun. I like the competition. I like that Dejanay think that she's going to play extra hard against CC. You're not just going to come in this league and do what you want to do. Now, granted, CC is going to do what she want to do, but I like the competitive spirit. I wish her girlfriend would get the same competitive spirit. Lay Dejanay Carrington ass out one time. Set a nice, good, hard screen. You go rub her down after the game. I don't care. But during that game, we need to see that you are on our side. And if you're not, then sit her. Play Victoria Saxton. I am on her side. Play Timmy. Play Dantes. I think Dantes is only good for a good 5-minute spurts, 5, 6, 7-minute spurts. But I love when she's in. I just don't think she can play a whole 25, 30 minutes. That's why I don't think you can just put her as the starter and bench Alyssa Smith just yet. Or you go with Timmy, but I don't know if you get the same offense, even though Alyssa Smith offense is up and down. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about this situation. But the reason Christie Sides, I see people say, why would she play all her bench players? Why don't she get the win? I think today was a good day. We got to see the bench come in because you might need them. Like winning in the playoffs, you're going to need a little bit of depth. We're probably going to go 7 deep, 8 deep, but you're going to need some depth. You never know if an injury come on. You never know who's going to fall by the waistline, whatever, y'all know what I'm saying. Fall off and not play as well in the playoffs, and who can give you a spark. And maybe it's Katie Lou. I don't know. She can't move her feet on defense for crap, but maybe those 2 threes she hit today, maybe that gave her a little bit of confidence, and maybe we might need her in the playoffs. Maybe Christy Wallace, who had a strong offensive game today, hit some shots, hit some threes, was very aggressive, something I haven't seen from her all year. Maybe she's a spark one game that help you get, 5 minutes, come in 6 minutes and turn the game around. So I think today was a good day, actually, of seeing your bench and seeing how they competed and how they battled back at the end of the game to give themselves the chance to win it. Didn't get it done, but damn it, it was good. It was good to see that they even fought back and got back in the game after being, it was getting blown out at a certain point, and the bench players are thinking, well, this game is over. Almost cut it off, but I'm glad I got to see them, play really well at the end of the game. So it's on to the playoffs. And like I said, I like our chances. I think we get it done. I think we find a way to win. When I say we, I say Indiana. I'm on the bandwagon, baby. Y'all got me. Y'all been got me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm watching this league. Big part of it. I started watching other teams, other players, but I'm here. I'm Indiana fever in. I don't know, man. But I think that's all I got, man. Went over the game, went over the playoff scenario. I went over the matchup. I don't want to play Minnesota, but to get where we need to go, you got to do what you got to do. So let's get these playoffs started Sunday. I'm tuned in. I hope y'all locked in. Hit that subscribe button, man. We're bringing these hot topics, instant reaction. This is Point Guard Perspective. You rocking with Nick. This is Come On Now, the podcast. Enjoy y'all day. We love y'all, baby. Hit that follow button. Subscribe.